Imagine this. It is 6 a.m. You are still half asleep, you reach for your favorite black sweater, and you pull it on. And then you look down. It is completely covered. Fur everywhere. You grab the lint roller, you peel off sheet after sheet after sheet, and by the time you walk out the door, your couch, your bed, your car seats, and your clothes are all still coated in a thick layer of cat hair. I know exactly how exhausting this is. I know how frustrating it is to vacuum every single day and feel like you are losing the battle. And I know how worrying it is to watch the fur come off your cat in clumps, wondering if something is actually wrong with them. But what if I told you that the reason your cat won't stop shedding has almost nothing to do with brushing and everything to do with one single thing you can fix tonight? What if I told you that the secret to a soft, healthy, low-shedding coat is not an expensive supplement or a fancy brush, but one simple thing sitting right now inside your kitchen and your home? If you saw the thumbnail of this video, you saw the promise. Today, I am going to show you the one real reason your cat is shedding like a machine and exactly how to fix it, starting with the very next bowl of food you put down. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am your neighborhood veterinarian, and in my clinic, excessive shedding and coat problems are one of the most common things cat parents come to me about. We are usually taught to just brush more, buy the de-shedding tool, and accept that shedding is simply part of owning a cat. But as a holistic-leaning vet, I do not believe in just managing the symptom. I believe in fixing the root cause. And here is the truth that most people never get told. A cat's coat is a mirror. It reflects exactly what is happening on the inside of their body. So today, we are doing a complete masterclass on why your cat is shedding, and the one thing that fixes it faster than anything else. Grab a notebook, because I am going to walk you through the real cause, the immediate fix, and how to build a beautiful, strong, low-shedding coat from the inside out. Before we go any further, if this is already making sense to you, do me one small favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss these deep dives into your cat's health. It genuinely helps the channel reach and protect more cats. Let's start with the big myth. When your cat is shedding heavily, the standard advice you hear everywhere is the same. Brush them more. Buy a better vacuum. Get the de-shedding glove. And listen, brushing is helpful. It removes loose, dead hair before it lands on your couch. But here is the problem. Brushing does not stop your cat from producing that loose, dead hair in the first place. It only cleans up after the damage is already done. It is like mopping the floor while the faucet is still overflowing. You can mop all day, but until you turn off the water, you will never be dry. So if brushing is only cleaning up the mess, what is actually turning on the faucet? What is the real reason the hair is falling out in the first place? To answer that, we have to stop looking at the fur and start looking at the skin underneath it and at the bowl your cat eats from every single day. Here is the biological truth that changes everything. A cat's coat is made almost entirely of protein and fat. Every single strand of hair is built from amino acids, and it is held healthy and anchored in place by the natural oils in their skin. When your cat's body is not getting enough high-quality protein or enough of the right healthy fats, it makes a decision. Growing a strong, healthy, well-anchored coat is not essential for survival. So the body deprioritizes it. The hair follicles weaken, the skin dries out, and the coat starts releasing hair far faster than it should. That is what heavy shedding actually is. It is not just normal seasonal turnover. Very often, it is your cat's body quietly telling you it is missing the exact building blocks it needs to hold onto a healthy coat. And this is where the one thing comes in. The single biggest reason for a dry, shedding, dull coat in an indoor cat is a lack of moisture and healthy fat in the diet. Let me explain why. In the wild, a cat's natural prey is around 70% water. Cats evolved to get almost all of their hydration from their food, which means they have a naturally low thirst drive. Now look at what most indoor cats eat. Dry kibble, which is only about 10% moisture. When a cat eats nothing but dry food, day after day, year after year, they live in a state of chronic, mild dehydration. And the very first place that dehydration shows up is the skin and the coat. Dry skin means brittle hair. Brittle hair means a weak grip on the follicle. And a weak grip means that hair ends up on your sweater instead of on your cat. Let me stop here for a moment because if this is landing for you, please hit that like button. It is a tiny thing, but it tells the algorithm this kind of holistic cat advice is worth showing to more people, and it helps me protect so many more cats. Thank you. So the one thing that fixes shedding faster than anything else is this. You have to rehydrate your cat from the inside, and you have to feed the coat the healthy fats it is starving for. And you can start tonight. Let's talk about exactly how. The first and most powerful change is moisture. If your cat eats only dry kibble, the simplest overnight upgrade you can make is to start adding wet food to their diet, or to add a little warm water or unsalted, onion-free, garlic-free bone broth right into their bowl. Onions and garlic are toxic to cats, so if you buy broth from the store, you must flip the box over and read the label to make sure it is plain and unsalted. When you add that moisture, two things happen. The food becomes more aromatic and appealing, and your cat finally starts consuming the water their skin and coat desperately need. Within days, you will notice the skin becoming less flaky, and within a couple of weeks, you will start to see less hair coming loose. We are about halfway through, so let me make sure you do not miss what comes next. If you have not already, subscribe and tap the notification bell right now because the next part is the exact fat that transforms a dull, shedding coat into a shiny, strong one, and you do not want to miss it. Now let's talk about the fat, because this is the real game changer. The healthy fats your cat's coat is craving are called omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are nature's anti-inflammatory, and they are the exact building block that makes a coat soft, shiny, and strong. Here is the problem. Even if your cat's food claims to contain omega-3s, those oils go rancid very quickly once the bag has been opened and exposed to air. So by the time you are halfway through that bag sitting in your pantry, the beneficial oils are very often dead and useless. This is why you need to add a fresh source directly to the bowl. My favorite is 100% pure fish oil or salmon oil, made for pets, kept in the refrigerator so it does not spoil. Just a small amount, appropriate for your cat's weight, drizzled over their food, delivers a powerful dose of the exact fats their skin needs to lock the hair in place. If you prefer a whole food option, a tiny piece of plain sardine packed in water with absolutely no added salt, given a couple of times a week, does something remarkable. But please hear this vet warning. Omega-3 is a fat, and if you suddenly give your cat a large dose, they can get an upset stomach or loose stools. Always start with a tiny amount and build up slowly over a couple of weeks. Now, once we have handled moisture and fat, we have to look one level deeper because in a lot of cats, the shedding starts even further inside, in the gut. Here is something most cat parents never hear. A huge portion of your cat's immune system and a huge part of their ability to absorb nutrients lives inside their digestive tract. If the gut is unbalanced, it does not matter how much good food you put in the bowl, because your cat cannot fully absorb the protein and fat needed to build a healthy coat. When the gut is inflamed or out of balance, nutrient absorption drops, and the coat is the first thing to suffer. This is why a cat can be eating a decent food and still shed heavily. The building blocks are going in, but they are not making it to the skin. To fix this, we add good bacteria back into the system with a probiotic. The simplest way for many cats is a small spoonful of plain, unsweetened yogurt or kefir, but you must read the label carefully. Never buy anything with added sugar or artificial sweeteners, especially xylitol, which is also called birch sugar. Even a microscopic amount can be extremely dangerous. If your cat does not tolerate dairy, a high-quality pet-specific probiotic powder sprinkled over their food does the same job. A balanced gut means better absorption, and better absorption means a stronger, fuller coat that stays on your cat. If this masterclass is helping you, and I hope it is, please hit that like button before we finish. It costs you nothing, and it helps this holistic, safe advice reach so many more cat parents who are fighting the exact same battle you are. Now, before we wrap up, I need to give you the honest vet truth, because that is what you deserve. Everything I have shared today, the moisture, the omega-3s, the probiotics, works beautifully for the most common cause of shedding, which is a dry, undernourished coat. But you must also know when shedding is a sign of something more. If your cat is not just shedding but developing bald patches, scabs, redness, or open sores, if they are scratching obsessively or over-grooming until the skin shows, or if the shedding comes with weight loss, vomiting, or a sudden change in energy, that is your signal to see your veterinarian in person. Sudden dramatic coat changes can point to parasites, allergies, stress, or an underlying medical condition like a thyroid problem, and those need a real diagnosis, not a kitchen fix. So please use these natural steps for the everyday dry coat, but never ignore the signs that your cat needs a proper checkup. And here is the golden rule that ties it all together. Do not dump all of these changes into your cat's bowl at once tonight. If you suddenly add wet food, fish oil, and a probiotic all in the same evening, I promise you we'll be cleaning up a very upset stomach tomorrow. The beauty of holistic health is doing it gently. So pick just one thing to start. Maybe tonight you simply add a little warm water or broth to soften the food and boost the moisture. Stick with that for a week and watch. Then slowly introduce a small amount of omega-3. A week later, add the probiotic. Rotate these simple changes in one at a time and give your cat's body the chance to adjust. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks for the skin and coat to fully respond, because that is how long the natural coat cycle takes to turn over. But if you stay consistent, you will watch it happen. Less hair on your clothes, less hair on the couch, a coat that goes from dry and dull to soft and shining, and a happier, healthier cat curled up beside you. Dealing with non-stop shedding can make you feel helpless, like you're fighting a losing battle against your own furniture. But by choosing to educate yourself, by looking past the surface and healing your cat from the inside out, you are proving how much you truly love them. So let me leave you with this. Start with just one bowl, one small change tonight, and give your beautiful cat a gentle scratch under the chin for me. If this video gave you hope today, please make sure you have hit subscribe, turned on that notification bell, and left a like so we can keep protecting cats together. Stay safe and always trust your instincts.